What is up, YouTube? James Polk here. Season 3 is over, and after 1 week to spare throughout the whole course of Season 3, just in the nick of time to reach Platinum 5. So, first things first, about how the matchups were. The matchups is really good in terms of the best of ones on Season 3, because most of the matches is basically pretty much back and forth during the gold fights. On some games, it definitely came up for the wins, and in some games, wasn't doing as much as I really wanted to in terms of go second stuff. So nonetheless, we got you guys covered on the updated version of the go second charmer control for you guys. So before we get things started, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and hit that notification bell to keep yourselves constantly updated. And with that being said, let's go ahead and showcase you guys the deck. So the 6 familiar possessed monsters, one of each attribute: Asa, Area, Hita, Wind, Lina, and Dark. Last list, this used to be 2 copies of the 4 basic elements and 1 each of the chaos ones. And I felt like in my version of the build during the last list is where I really want to see at least 1 to 2 FP names along with any combinations of go second cards in any shape or form, just to take advantage of controlling the board in any simplified game state. At the same time, I felt like I wanted to minimize the 4 elements by putting them all to 1 each, and in all honesty, I think 1 each is absolutely fine the way it is now. And then the animals: Inari Fire, Nefarious Archfiend, Gigabyte, 1 each, and then 3 Ranryus, the same ratio for the small animals. It's super good. And then Awakening Reaper, it's literally the only Awakening monster that I play, and it is literally the best one of the 4. And even though I could about making the deck 42 but not trying to go all pseudo brick mode, Rasenryu would have been the second best Awakening monster, because non-targeting, non-destroying, bouncing stuff back is really good for the Rasenryu. But this is Reaper we're talking about, and Awakening Reaper is literally the best one, because non-target reborn at level 4 or lower in your graveyard is really crucial, because it's like if they go Call by the Grave, they don't know which one that they're going to hit. They don't know what target I'm going to grab as long as I have multiple targets. And if they choose the wrong target, then it's basically, okay, I'm pretty much going to go full combo at that rate. And then for the go second cards, Pangertop's card is outright dumb, even though it's at 1 for a reason. It's searchable off from Asa Link if you never saw it throughout the whole entire game, which is crazy. And then the hand traps: 2 Drolls, 2 Ashes, and 2 Ghost Bells. So for the hand traps, Droll definitely came up a whole lot, and I honestly find Drolls 10 times better than the Ashes. Only because Ashes is a hard once, while Droll is a extremely versatile hand trap, none whatsoever. And then Ghost Bell overperformed throughout the whole entire Season 3, because in any best of 1 formats, no one ever expects Ghost Bell in the main deck, because cards such as Scarlet Sanguine, Cypher Gear Gamma, or even Call by the Grave will not be able to resolve thanks to Ghost Bell interact with those cards, which is outright crazy. And I am most definitely keeping the Ghost Bells in the deck for sure. And then any monster lineup changes. Honestly, nothing out of the ordinary, but I'm most likely to either keep the 2 Ash or just cut one down only because she's a hard once. And then for the spells, Duster, Mind Control, Monster Reborn, Instant Fusion, Double Dark Ruler No More, Double Lightning Storm, Grand Spiritual Art Ichirin, Awakening of the Possessed, Fairy Tale Tales, and 3 Spirit Charmers. The same old song and dance for the spells. And then traps, breakthrough skill, 2 evenly matched. In any best of 1 format, no one ever expects evenly matched. 3 possessed partnerships and 1 unpossessed. And then extra deck is basically self-explanatory. Thousand Eyes Restrict, Mud Dragon of the Swamp. Swamp is good for going first or whenever there is no harm in terms of opponent's board. And then Restrict is good for going second or if there is a opposing threat that couldn't be killed by battle or effects. And then for the XZs, Photon Papal Operative, Lightning Chidori, Downer Magician, Gagaga Samurai, and then Drill Driver Vespanado. For the XZs lists, the Photon chick, she definitely came up at least once or twice throughout the whole best of 1 seasons. And then Lightning Chidori, this is the best XZ in the extra deck. No question about it, because anything that involves can't be killed by battle or effects, we could just straight up put things back to the deck the way it is now. And Chidori is really good call for a strong XZ. Downer Magician, this card definitely gets things going because anything that can't be killed by battle, we just straight up outright pierce battle damage. And she actually stole me a game just because of the pierce battle damage. And then Samurai is just to push for damage. And then Drill Driver, this card downright kills people in terms of pierce battle damage. And on top of that, as a floater, reborning literally anything from the main deck that isn't Pancratops, that's level 5 or lower, and its effects are live, it's really strong. Especially in a defensive situation, is where if you don't have any offensive plays going, when you have your leftover animal targets like Ren Ryu, you could just keep on saving yourself by just having Drill Driver revive the Ren Ryu, and then Ren Ryu revive Gigabyte, and then just keep on looping it out until eventually you're starting to come across the fire and earth animals left in your deck. But otherwise, Drill Driver kills people, and not only Downer steals games, but definitely Driver does. And then the links, it's pretty much the same, shouldn't need to say anything. Artemis, Hita Link, Wind Link, Osa Link, Area Link, Lina Link, Selene, and Access Code. And with that being said, this is James Polk on Season 3, Go Second, Charmer Control, updated list. Am I going to change anything out of the list? Am I willing to make a new deck? Am I going to make a different variant of the deck? Who knows where this leads to? Season 4 begins, and once again, this is James Polk on this Go Second Charmer Control profile, and I'll catch you guys next time as the new season starts. Later.